Bad man out and stunting. Kyle them tick like dumpling.
Wagwan YouTube, you know who it is. Welcome back to another episode of Sean Experience. You know where I'm at. I'm outside. So you gotta do what you do best. Hit that like button. Subscribe, share, comment, do whatever you do, and the boy will always reply and get back to you. We're gonna hit the topic today. We're gonna talk about mental happiness, right? And why majority of people, I would say, based on my experience, in my opinion, I would say around 95% of people on this planet, 95% of people on this planet is not truly happy. They are faking it. But without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome back. So, happiness, right? A lot of people think that happiness comes from things and people, right? And a lot of people outside now is pushing for the concept of the bag. They're pushing for the concept of, for females, they're pushing for the concept of I have to look a certain way, because if I look a certain way, then therefore I will attract a certain type of people and a certain type of energy, and therefore, it make me get happy if me just have this, or me just have that, or me just make this amount of money, or me just drive this type of car, or me just live in this house, or me just go on this trip, me know me got happy. And when it comes to find out, you always want more, because you are never filled. When people don't learn how to be content with whatever situation they're in, they will always want more, no matter what you give them. If somebody's not content with $1,000, they're not gonna be content with 10,000. They're not going to be content with 100,000. They were not going to be content with 1,000,000. They're not even going to be content with 100 million. They're going to want more, right? Contentment comes from within. Happiness comes from within. A lot of people are not mentally happy, and they keep searching for the happiness in the wrong places. They keep searching for the happiness in money. They keep searching for the happiness in people. They keep searching for the happiness in things, right? They thinking that, okay, let me put it this way. A lot of people misconstrued respect with attention. So a lot of people will kill themselves just to get attention, because attention brings temporary joy. So temporary joy is what most people think is happiness. So they get a little sniff of what happiness is, right, from the attention. So therefore, men or women, they run for it. And this is what they want. And if I just get more followers on YouTube, or if I just get more followers or more likes and more comment on Instagram or Facebook, or if I just get more on TikTok, I know I'll be happy. And if I start making this amount of money, I know I'll be happy. And if I just drive this car, or if I just got this bag or the shoes, or if I just do this, I know I'll be happy. You won't. You will never be happy. Because happiness does not come from people, things, or things, right? Happiness does not come from people or things. Happiness comes from you. Mental happiness is the best happiness ever. There was a documentary on Netflix. I watched it like 4 or 5 years ago, when they were actually interviewing the happiest people in the world, right? They were trying to interview the happiest people in the world. And at the end of the documentary, they interviewed many different levels of people: poor people, rich people, middle class people. But at the end of the documentary, the happiest people in the world is the people that got the least amount of things in the world. Let me say it again. I got to sit down for this one, because this is going to go over most of y'all head. The happiest people in the world is the people that have the least amount of things in the world. Because the more you have is the more you want, and the more unstable you become, and the more stressful you become. And see, money is a tool, right? Money is a tool, and it depends on you how you use that tool. You can use that tool to have a stress-free life, meaning that if you get some money and you budget yourself and manage yourself right, and live below your means, you can have a stress-free life, because therefore you're going to pay off your debts. You ain't going to have no debts. And then you're going to have a nice little nest egg for you to live off, right? But if you get the money, and because you have the money, you think, okay, because I got this money now, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to drive this Toyota no more. I'm not going to drive this Honda no more. I'm going to go ahead and get me a Benz. But yet, I'm not even going to get any other Benz. I'm going to get me a G-Wagon, right? I'm going to go get me a BMW. Yo, I'm not even going to get any other BMW. I'm going to get me an M5 BMW, right? I'm not even going to get me a normal Audi. I'm going to make sure I get me a RS8, if that's what it is, right? RSQ8. Yeah, RSQ8. Right? Those cars are like over $100,000, right? And now your payment is like what, $2,000 a month, right? So you bring in more stress in your life, thinking that you're bringing in happiness when you're actually bringing in more stress because of your poor money management skills. And you think because of things you will be happy. If you just have more things, I'll be happy. If I just have this, if I just have that, I'll be happy, right? And the same concept goes in relationship too. Most men be like, oh, if I just have this certain type of girl, if I just have a light-skinned girl, or I have a bow-legged girl, or I got a girl with a fat ass, or this and that, I would just be happy. No, that person will not make you happy. People should not make you happy. And the flip side for women, oh, if I just have a man that makes money and can buy me this and bring me here and do this and do that for me and me, I will be happy. You will not be happy. You will be miserable as shit, because you're going to find something else to complain about. Because people that always want more. Let me say it again. People that want always want more. People that have a want problem, never satisfied. If you have a need problem, you will be satisfied, because needs is what is something you can't live without. Shelter, food, clothing, transportation. Those are your needs, right? Shelter, food, clothes, transportation. Those are your needs. So if you focus more on your needs, you find yourself to be more content with life. Because if your needs are fulfilled, you're good. Your wants is something you can't do without. So people that always want will always want, no matter what you give them, right? No matter what they will always want, right? So they will never be content. They will never be happy, right? So they will never be content. They will never be happy, and that's just the truth. That's just 100% truth right there, right? So true happiness comes from within. Mental happiness is the best happiness in I told people all the time, yo, I can be good living in a shack with riding my bike from once I got shelter, food, and I'm at peace and I'm comfortable. I'm good. The excessive things, I don't need it. It's good to have it because they're toys. They're good. Because think about it. We're big kids, man. That's all we want. The clothes that you want, the shoes that you want, the bags that you want, the car and all that, that's all toys. That's all toys. And it don't last. That's why people always want more. The iPhone 35 come out today. iPhone 35 come out. Oh, I gotta get iPhone 35. It's the best iPhone. Bro, you got iPhone 34 and a half. I don't give a fuck about no iPhone 34 and a half. I want iPhone 35. Boom. You get iPhone 35. You happy for a second. In your head, you think you're happy, but you're not happy. You're actually excited. You're excited because excitement lasts a short period of time. Happiness is consistent, right? So you excited for a little bit and you feel good, and 2 days, 3 days pass and you showing everybody your new iPhone 35. You're like, what kind of phone you got? You got an iPhone 10. I got an iPhone 35. You're laughing, blah, 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 and this and that. 2 weeks later, all of a sudden, you go back to neutral zone. You don't even care about the iPhone 35 no more. You're not even excited about it no more. You know what you start worrying about now? You know what you start proud? You know what start worrying you about now? The bill that come in at the first of the month. Cause the phone you had was paid off. And you probably was paying like $80 a month. Now you got an iPhone 35. You're on a plan, right? Because you got to pay that payment. So now your bill go from $80 a month to like $140 a month. So now you'll be like, damn, I gotta pay $104 on this phone. Then you start rethinking yourself like, man, I shouldn't have got this phone. Like, I really don't need it. I really don't need it. Right? Then you go back to the need. I really don't need it. Because my phone was working quite fine. I was good. What's the difference between that phone and this phone? Nothing. You're still doing the same thing on it. Texting, receiving calls, going on social media, same shit. Nothing changed. Right? Nothing changed. But we have been programmed to think that things and people will make us happy. And the reason why things and people should never make you happy, because things and people are temporary. Right? It is. Whatever car you buy, whatever house you have, whatever phone or bag you have is temporary. They can be destroyed. They're not tangible. A person can leave you. So if you get your happiness from someone and this person makes you happy according to you, what's going to happen when that person leaves? Why do you think some people kill people? Why do you think some people try to destroy other people's life? Because in their head, that person is their happiness. And if you leave, you are my happiness, and you should not leave. You should not leave. You should stay here and make me happy. When it's not my job to make you happy. My job is to make myself happy. Right? And that's the problem with most people these days. Because if the person is your happiness and the person goes, what's going to happen? You're going to fall in depression? You don't think you can live no more? You're going to kill yourself because the person leaves you? The person should never be your happiness in the first place. You should make yourself happy. You should be comfortable being by yourself. When someone comes in your life, they're supposed to come add on to whatever you already have. They're supposed to come add on to your comfort, add on to your peace, add on to your joy, add on to your happiness. So when they leave, you still have it. Because you already had it before they enter your life. Right? Same with things. You should be already comfortable with what you have. So when you get more and you decide to get a little bit more, on the more that you get, I'm talking financial, you make some more money and you decide, oh, you know what? I've been driving this car for years. Let me go get a more updated car. Not that expensive, but updated car. You should be okay if something happened, you got to get rid of that car. You should not be so attached to that car. You should not be attached to the house. That if something happened financially, you'd be like, you know what, I need to cut back. I need to sell my house and move into an apartment because I need to save some money, or I need to get rid of this car because the car payment is too much and cut down to a cheaper car. You should not be embarrassed. Because your happiness, your livelihood, your self-esteem, who you are, was tied to that thing or tied to that person. Don't ever make that mistake and tie your happiness or tie yourself to anyone or anything. Be tied to yourself. Mental happiness is the true happiness. Everything else is fake. Everything else is fake. It's artificial. It's not genuine. It's not good for you. Right? Stop misconstrued excitement with happiness. Stop it. I'm out.